Merriam-Webster has announced its word of the year, and that word is surreal. Yes, surreal as its word of the year. And an article in Politico says, in a year that saw an explosion of fake news, Brexit, a World Series win by the Chicago Cubs, and an unexpected victory by President-elect Donald Trump, Merriam-Webster picked surreal as its word of the year. You know what I think of when I think of surreal? I think of God at work. I think of God doing unexpected things. Oh, he works in many different ways, and he works through human agencies, and he works through imperfect people. And a lot of what he does is subtle and behind the scenes, and some other things are more overt. But when you see so many things that are hard to explain, and I don't mean that God directly ordained the victory of the Chicago Cubs. You might say, I'm a Cleveland Indian fan. What about us? Oh, okay. I'm not talking about sports so much, but the larger surreal nature of so much of what's happened in America and around the world indicates to me that God is doing things. It's one thing when everything just follows the normal course of history. Here, if you have the world's best college football team playing the world's worst college football team, and the score at the end is 100-0, there's nothing unusual or surprising about it. But if the score was 100-0 in the reverse way, you'd say, what in the world happened? So many things like that have taken place in America, in the nations. So many radical, unexpected shifts and turns. Even just think of the political parties. Just a few months ago, everyone's talking about the demise of the Republican Party and the divisions in the Republican Party, and the Republican Party is failing and it will never be the same. And now it's almost completely reversed to be talking about the Democratic Party. And Donald Trump is the one that's pushed in the last debate. Will you accept the results of the elections? And he comes into hot controversy for hemming on it, hemming and hawing. Well, maybe not necessarily going to have to take a look at it. And instead, it's the exact opposite now. Democratic leaders and Bill and Hillary Clinton and others and John Podesta blaming everybody else and not saying it's fair and square and so on. A lot of unexpected things have happened. There are some major shifts taking place. And of course, in the midst of it, a lot of flesh as well. To me, surreal suggests God is at work. It's got my attention.